Hip hop, hooray, we're going to the parade. Yes, we are, and this is a really big box. And today we're going to be building the Lego Lunar New Year Parade. Number 80111 is the number, and this was very kindly given to me as a birthday present from Andy Harland and Michael Bell. Thank you so very much for this lovely gift. Links to their contents can be found in the description down below. The reason why I got this kit is because Andy got one of these. He showed it off and he's had it built for his collection, and I thought, that's really good. That's really good. I want one of these. And they're very nice to give it to me as a gift. And the reason why I wanted this, well, one of the reasons why, is because it moves. It's got one of these rolling parade things, and the bits move around as they go back and forth, and they've got children with giant heads. What's not to like about this kit? And there's all these different kinds of details and all these different Lego minifigs to play around with. There's a little dragon as well, which is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to building this set. Interestingly, it is a set that can be built together, and I guess it's been designed so that multiple people can build together at the same time, much like a family perhaps. But I'm being selfish. I'm going to build this all by myself. Doing some very quick research online, I found out that this build takes about 4 to 5 hours to complete. And since I'm doing this by myself, I don't know how long it's going to take, but as always, I have my trusty stopwatch here to record how long the whole thing takes. So, without further ado, let's start the clock. Beep. Okay, here we go. And inside the box we have a bunch of Lego. So the first thing I'm seeing that there are 10 individually bagged bags for this in particular build, which contains 3 fairies and a bunch of people. They all look quite small content. I don't quite see how this is going to take 4 or 5 hours. Famous last words. And there's also a bunch of interesting stickers to be had here, and 3 separate bags. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how you build each of these individual stuff. And here's a bunch of builds right here, so a bunch of 3 bags. So what we're going to do is, because this is 2023 at the time of recording, the year of the rabbit, I believe, let's build the rabbit. Bag 1. That's right, Pum Pum, it's time for another Lego build. Are you going to help me out? You helping me out? No, there's nothing underneath there. You having fun there? I'm sure you are. Oh, this is interesting. We're starting very early on with these one of sheets things. So it's number 3 on this, which is this one. And this is kind of like a sheet, a thin plastic kind of material, so it's not actually a sticker of any kind. I think that's the right way up. Don't know what it says. And there we have the first bit. Little Lego figurine with a big pink head and a flag, and that's taking me 9 minutes. Oh, this is going to take forever. And there's the second figurine. Boy and a girl. Man and woman, 2 pink heads. Very nice. Pick it up pace now. By the way, if you happen to know what these characters mean, by all means, please do a comment in the comment section down below. And I open this invitation to future Grax as well, if he ever happens to learn how to read and write Mandarin. So at this point of the build, we have a very colourful looking block, which has a bunch of wheel stuff, but also this little bit of mechanic here, which looks pretty interesting. Let's turn the wheel. Goes up and down. Pretty exciting. So that's bag 1 complete. We end up with this little cart thing right here with a bunch of spares and 2 figurines. Good start. Bag 2. Is it back? Yeah, there is. Bag 2. So at the beginning of bag 2, you get 2 little figurines. You get this mum figure, I presume. And you also get this kid figure, presumably, with a picture of family. The interesting thing about this so far is this head, which is the child. You get 2 faces, a choice of that or a choice of this. Well, so far, the other ones have only had 1 choice. So who should we go for? Should we go for smiley face or wah face? Smiles or wonderment? I quite like this big O face. I like this face, so I'm going to go with this one. Wow, it's taken Grax this long to do so little. Yes, child, it sure has. Back to complete, and more of a structure around the base. Bit of details here and there, and we've got this platform that's been formed. We got a bunch of little space as well. Bag 3. Here's an interesting quirk of this particular item. So this is a camera, a DSLR camera, to go along this minifigure right here. And when I was feeling it with my hand, I thought the piece was broken, but actually it's molded into place, and it is molded into this angle, which allows the minifig to hold it in such a way. Kind of an odd choice, I think. Also, it's another minifigure head with a choice. So we have glasses with a happy chubby face, or bunny glasses. It has to be bunny glasses, hasn't it? Bunny glasses. Looks like I spoke too soon about limited head choices. So here's another one. Here's another choice. We have a smiley teeth face here, or a simple smile, no teeth. And bearing in mind, they will be wearing this hat. It's actually a tougher choice than I thought. I'm going to go with a no teeth smile this time. I must admit, I'm not entirely convinced if I'm happy with that, but I could always change it at some point in the future. Look at this bunny rabbit. This is looking pretty cool, and it moves up and down, and let's see how it fits in. Let's see. Okay, so he's slotted into here. Okay, so let's try and do this one-handed. Oh, it's already in there. And then you push that into the hole. Let's see if I can get this done with one hand. Alright, so to start off by bringing up the rabbit up and then slotting it into here. Oops. If only I had 2 hands, maybe I could do this. Okay, let's just put this here as a support. I definitely need 2 hands for this job, so forgive me for the bad angle, but I can slot this into here like that, and if I just squeeze it in like no. Oh, this is so tricky to do. Okay, let's see. Throw that through there. And go through here like that. Get another pointy thing, just throw it in here. And there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And then we just push it through like that. All the way through. And then there. There you go. Then. Okay. It's gone through this center part here, and I think this needs to go down here. Like, does it lock into place or does it just rotate? I guess if I could just kind of try and push it down. Well, it would suggest that you can lock into place. Push it down. That bit's come off, that's fine. And I guess that's... Okay, that's locked and secure into place. Alright. I guess that's it. Yeah, look at this. Oh yeah. Alright, time to finish it up. And that is the first float complete with minifigures. I don't know why these are on circular discs and these are not. I don't quite understand why that's the case, but here it is. The bunny rabbit is holding a red envelope, surrounded by money, surrounded by gold coins to bring him good luck and good fortune, and to bring you good luck and good fortune for the year. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so that's how long it's taken me so far, which is 1 hour 22 minutes. That's the end, and it's going on to show you how the second and the third float connect together, which is a little preview of things to come. And there's a bunch of other stuff. What the? Flying hippo? What's that for? I don't know. But we're not talking about this. We're talking about the bunny rabbit. And that's it. And that's the first bag. There's first float. There are 2 more floats to do. And the nice thing about this kind of setup, the way that they're all separated into 3 floats, into 3 sections, is I feel like I'm at a good point to stop. Usually with other sets, you have to keep building because you're halfway through the set and you feel like you want to keep finishing. You can't really take a break. But for this, I'm happy with this. And I think I've made some good progress. And I feel like I can take a break, recharge my batteries a little bit, and then move on to the next float. And that is what I'll do now. So pause the clock. And we're back. A nice little break. And now we're on to the bag 4, 5, 6 from book 2, just to keep in sequence. There's the previous float. I've got myself a fizzy drink and I got myself a lovely little spicy snack. I don't know what this is called, but these are pretty nice. I like little spicy tofu sticks. And this is what it looks like, keeping with the Chinese theme. Oh yeah, pretty damn spicy. Oh. Very good. Right, this isn't an eating video, this is a building video, so let's resume. And here we go with bag 4. Okay, so we got another head choice here, and this is for the lady who's drinking bubble tea. So we got this slightly worried smile, or this really concerned grimace face. Now, why this person would be worried about this pinky purple bubble tea, I don't know. I thought bubble teas were supposed to be really nice, but I'm quite charmed by this. Maybe she's really worried that it's not really bubble tea, but it's poison. There we go. Oh no. I've got a problem. Okay, I'm up to piece 28, and this requires blue and 4 of these to create this. I can only see 3 that's there. And then I thought, okay, I'll just keep building this until I get to a point and it'll probably just turn up. But I've sorted out all these bits into the next section, and I can't find that light yellow bit. Where has it gone? It hasn't gone underneath this. It hasn't gone underneath these guys. It's not underneath this. Oh no, where has it gone? Is it under the book? No, it's not under the book. Is it in the big bag? No. No. Oh, that's just me cleaning my table. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is no good. No. No, I don't see it on the floor. Did it go over here somehow? No. Oh, what am I going to do? Alright, I'm going to keep building as it is, and then maybe one of these other bags will contain the spare bit. It's unlikely, but we'll see. But if this is the case, I might have to order a bit from Lego directly and say this was not available on my kit. Can you send me another yellow bit? Oh, that's annoying because this is going so well. But I guess all I can do now is just keep going. Right, I have screwed up somewhere and I don't know how. I finished all the bag and I have this bit here. Now these spares I would understand and it would make some sense, but this as a spare is weird. So I think this was supposed to go somewhere else and I don't know where, so now I have to backtrack through all this. Right, I've just gone through this, I've taken apart this bit here, which I should have filmed but I didn't. But I've gone through every single page and I should have counted this. I think what's happened is they've given me this bit extra and they did not give me enough of these yellow bits. I think there was a mistake in the factory. They gave me the wrong bit. So that's why I have this spare bit here and not this bit here. I can't think what else it could be. So hopefully I won't need this bit to continue on this build. But otherwise, I might be a bit stumped. I mean, at the end of this build, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Lego and order myself another one of these yellow bits for free because it was missing on their end. That's really disappointing in a way because otherwise this is a really nice build, and I shouldn't say it's a big disappointment because it's still a nice build and I'm still enjoying this. It's just an annoyance, but let's carry on with the build. Bag 5. Now this is interesting. So I finished bag 5 and we've got this bit back here, and it's interesting because it's covered that missing yellow bit. You wouldn't be able to see unless you're looking down here at this point, and it's all in all looking pretty solid enough, and it's covering the imperfection good enough, some might say. It's still not great that it's missing, and I've still got these spare bits along with this. It's still not great that I'm missing that bit, and I will ask for it, and Lego are pretty good at that kind of stuff, but otherwise I am liking this build so far. You may notice that as it spins, as it rolls forward, the axle spins left and right, which is pretty good. And I don't think I showed you the minifigs yet. So this is this lovely person right here who's really feeling the gong as she bangs it. And this one has just got a couple of sticks. Are they 2 microphones or are they for something else? Time will tell. Bag 6. Are these the faces we're going to go for? The drummer and the guitarist? Nah. Confident drummer, passionate guitarist. Here we go. Feeling the music. I gotta say, the way that this drum is constructed using these blocks here to turn it into a circle, and the way you get a bunch of rectangles and clip it onto here, it's very, very clever design. Very clever design to create a circle. What's not as nice as these is because of these stickers having to stick onto these drum membrane bits. And it would have been nicer if they were printed on the plastic rather than being stickers, but you know, I guess I had to cut some corners somewhere. It still looks very nice, and if you put this on like this, was one. And put this one here. So there you go. It looks like a very convincing big drum, which, judging from this, goes right about here. One moment, please. Magic, seamless. There was no incidents there, no. But that's it. Looking pretty good and solid. And there is the finished second float, complete with big drums, big foil flag, the drummers and the front and the drummers up here really playing the music, and this person who, upon reflection, is probably more worried about the loud banging drums, the loud noise, more than a bubble tea. But then again, it asks you the question, why is she at this very noisy event if she doesn't like the noise? But that's not important, because what is important, if I could just push you away for a second, is this action here where it goes doom, 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 doom. Isn't that neat? Like a proper drumming kit. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think I need to make some adjustments for the rotation, but yeah, that is all very nice indeed. And that's the end of that bit, and another preview of how it all connects together, but I'm going to wait until all three are done before I try and connect them. But I think now is a good time to have a break. And resume to the final float. Here we go. The final float with the last 4 bags of the set. And here it is, bag number 7. And here we've built 2 figurines. We've got a little child with a lucky red envelope filled with money, no doubt. And we have a little performer right here with a very long rope thing full of firecrackers that blow up as they dance around all over the place. That is quite nice looking right there. Smile for the camera. A familiar shape, a very quick bag, and now to go on to bag 8. And here we have another set of minifigs. We've got the little girl who's excited with her, I presume, is ice cream. And we've also got a spaceman. Always wanted you to go into space, man. And 2 things come to my mind. 1, how long is that helmet going to last before the jawline breaks? And 2, I wonder what that says. I actually don't know what that is supposed to be. I know it's a Chinese New Year greeting of the Year of the Rabbit, but I don't know what it could be. Okay, now this is kind of an interesting bit. There's a cog you put into here, which I have done, and it is matching up with all the teeth, which means as the wheel turns, as the float goes forward, the axis rotates. What could that mean? Oh, that's bag 9. And here we have bag 9's minifigures, and we got this little helmeted guy who has an expanded blow-up face with puffy cheeks. I'm presuming he's eating a snack. This one had a choice of this face and another face on the back, but the other face was just so boring, plain smiling. I like this chubby cheeks version. This one has got no other choice except for this smirky face as he holds a sign saying that. But the interesting thing is he has this on his ear, which I think, judging from the details, is that an earpiece listening into what's going on with the parade? Is he one of the staff? Is that an ear that's been cut off like with Van Gogh, the great artist? Who knows? But they're ready for the parade. We got one of these boxes with random cheeky things, and it's a storage box, which can, I suppose it was supposed to wrap up or whatever, but then I suppose you can swap the hats with other people using the parade if you wanted to. This goes in here. I'm never a fan of these boxes which have loose bits inside them. It just seemed like a bit of a waste of time. And considering this is quite difficult to put in one hand. Go on, come on. How's it supposed to get in there? Just trying to slot it into place and like, there we go. Yeah, slot it in place. Where was I before? Oh yeah, I find these box of random bits is a bit of a waste of space really. It doesn't rattle, so I guess it's fine. But I'm gonna forget there are hats in there. Okay, so we're on to the fiddly detail bit, and this is what's taking up a lot of time right now. I thought this was going to be quick, but it has properly slowed down a lot now. And this is just one side that's taking a lot of time. The other side will eat just as much time, I imagine. And that is completed. Well, this side and also this side, but it also includes the back and the front. But yeah, that kind of stuff was very time consuming. Bag 9 complete, and it's a proper tank of a float right here. I'm quite charmed by this blatant Lego block here. It's like a bit of product placement. Come to Chinese culture, get some Lego in you. It's the last stretch, it's bag 10. Here we go, let's go, let's go. That's interesting. Bag 10 does not contain any minifigs. I think that's all of them. We can go straight to the end. Well, as in, I'll build and then if there's anything interesting, I'll film it. If not, anyway, look, I was teasing before about the fact that this looks more and more like a tank, but I'm getting to this point here, and it really makes me think of a tank from Warhammer 40k. It's got a very similar shape to the Rhino tank. I mean, look at this. Very solid. Here we go, check this out. Here's an Orc knob. Here's an Orc mega knob. Look at that. Pretty much the same scale, and it really looks like a tank. Could you use this as a Warhammer 40k tank proxy? I think you could, if you ask nicely and they're okay with it. Yeah, you could make this an Orc proxy or a Space Marine proxy tank. Is it as cost effective as going to Games Workshop buying a tank? They're very close in price, I must admit. Although you do get a bunch of minifigs for the same price as one Space Marine Rhino tank, I think. It's been a while since I last checked the prices, but they're pretty darn expensive. So, I don't know. Something for you to think about. Let's see, this goes here like that. And there it is. The complete Space Marine Salamander Rhino tank. I mean, the dragon float for the Chinese New Year parade from Lego. And that looks like that's it. Let's stop the clock. There you go. It's taken me that long, just a few minutes short of the 4 hours recommended time. Looks pretty good. I'm now going to put them all together for you all in a kind of parade. One moment, please. And here we have the wonderful, wonderful parade of all the minifigures lined up like this. Excuse the squeaky chair. And 2 of the 3 floats are going to be connected, and I'll show you how the floats are connected. So at the back of these, they are these little connecting points, which are a little bit fiddly to get on because you have to like connect them to this ball socket here and this ball socket here. And I'm not being able to easily do this, and I'm not going to be able to do this easily with the camera. If I'll give it a try now so I can show you how tricky it is, otherwise I might have to do a jump cut. So let's try that. So there's that, and then yeah, there's no creepy monsters behind me, so you can connect it here like this, which is fine, but then you're going to try and connect it down to this point here, which is tricky to do, and I haven't found a good technique for connecting that. They ought to have made this a bit easier to connect. It's a bit fiddly, but hopefully you got to see that. But that's it connected there. These things would have been nice if they're twice as long, perhaps, or like 2 connecting bits together, so that it's easier to attach them to the floats. But now that they're attached, you can have the parade. So just going back and forth, we see the rotating dragon, we see the banging of the drum, and the nodding up and down the rabbit, the star of the year 2023. And that looks good. I really like that. I do like these little parade things. They look really nice, well constructed, proper toys-like things, and the minifigures are a nice collection of characters. I don't know why some of these are on these discs and others are not, but that's okay. Stand up. And I think this is a really nice looking kit. Do I think it's worth the regular retail price of £90? I think so. It's a good build. It's a good solid build. It wasn't anything too complicated at all. It's nice and relaxing. Nothing stressful whatsoever. It looks very, very interesting. And this is a very good set. I would recommend it, really. I do like this a lot. Do I think it's a perfect set? I think that there are some things that could be improved. One of the things which I would improve, it's not, interesting enough, the missing bit that I identified before. It's not that missing bit because it's a factory. Sometimes these factory mistakes happen, and I know that Lego would be good for replacing that part. So I'm not going to fault Lego for that. But one thing they could have done to make this more interesting for the building experience, and this is designed for families, is that these booklets are just plain instructions and they don't contain any interesting facts or tidbits of knowledge related to the Chinese New Year, related to the Lunar New Year. They don't have any information. It would have been a really nice trick, it would have been a nice bit of detail if, for example, once you're building this, you have like a corner on the booklet that explains a fact about the Chinese culture or something. For example, I still don't understand what these big heads are. It's a genuine thing, these big pink heads, but I don't know what it is really. If the booklet told me that, it would have been great. And there's lots of information that could have been shared with, and the family would be able to learn much about the Chinese New Year, especially the Year of the Rabbit, and what does it mean? Does it mean fortune? All this good stuff. It would be nice to add that to the booklet. One thing I did like, I've just broken off that bit there. One thing I do like is that it's divided into 3 bags, 3 sections for each float. It makes it brilliant for sharing. I mean, it's designed specifically for giving a chunk to 3 people, and they all build it separately, and that gets it done in a third of a time each. Although this dragon one's the most trickiest and fiddliest of. It's not tricky, it's just fiddly. It takes the most amount of time, so I feel bad for you if you are building this last bit. But I like the fact that it's easily divided into 3 chunks, because, as I mentioned earlier on in this video, I can build one chunk, feel like it's complete enough to stop and take a break, and move on to the next bit when I feel like it. I don't feel pressured to continue building the entire set because there's scattered bits everywhere and it looks half complete. I like the fact I could build one set, leave it, take a break, knock over some Lego figures, then move on to the next set when I see fit. That was a really, really nice touch. All in all, I mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. I think this is a really nice kit. I would recommend buying it. 90 quid. I think it's a fairish price for what is essentially a toy, a well-designed toy. If you can get it cheaper than that, especially towards the end of 2023, I suspect this would be on sale. I think it's definitely worth picking up. So that brings the end of this video. Very nice touch. Just do one last shot of all the floats detail. And that's it. Once again, I want to thank Andy and Michael for buying me this gift set for my birthday. It was very, very kind of them, and it's a really nice kit. I really enjoyed this one. Thank you. I think that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this interesting and educational and fun.